Hello there, boys and girls. Welcome back to Upon This Rock. This is episode 11 of season 5. Before we get into today's two games, a little bit of admin to upkeep here that has gone on since the last episode. So Kimpembe, as you can see here, is set to stay at the Posh. Basically, people aren't coming in for him. United's attentions are elsewhere, and he will remain a Posh player, which is awesome. We've also had the youth intake, because we are kind of around that March time where the youth intake does kick in. We haven't had too bad an intake. We've got two really good players, I feel. Let's have a look at the potential. So Sergio Gallego, he can play up front and also behind the striker and on the wing. Not entirely sure where I'm going to play him just yet. He plays as a defensive forward up top, which I don't really play with. But he can play as a shadow striker and he can play as a winger. So I'm going to look at his stats and see exactly where he fits in. I've also got Jamie Moss as well. He's come through up to kind of 3.5 star potential ability on that left hand side. I'm already training him as a attacking midfielder left. Going to get him tutored as well. So those are the two real decent in commas, inverted commas, youth intake people that we've had. But not too bad. I've had worse. I've had where it's literally just kind of not even 1 star on there at all. We've also had a massive injury worry, and that's Jack Baldwin. I think he was lifting some weights in training, and he's out for 3 weeks. So people like Komar, Wisdom, and Rob Holding are going to be coming into the team as a kind of rotation thing up alongside Kimpembe. And then finally, Bakali is wanted. So people are wanting Bakali on a transfer. So people like Chievo, Espanyol, Bordeaux, Levante, I think that's Lille, Nice, Gijón and Sassuolo all want him. I'm kind of putting him out there for anywhere between £8.5 and £10 million. No one snapped him up just yet, but hopefully, fingers crossed, someone will come in for him. And that's a nice chunk of change really that's going to come into the team, because we got him relatively cheap, 1.2 million. So anything kind of over and above that, we're going to get some profit on him as well, which is great to see. As always, we've got 2 games today. Derby at home, going to get some revenge on them because they did beat us way back when in November. And then we've got the 6th round of the FA Cup against Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. So the first game, I say Derby at home. This is the team that we're going to go along with. So we've got Berkey in goal. We've got Walker Peters, Kimpembe, Komar comes in first for Baldwin. Derm at right back. We've got Gould, Escobar and Fossum in the midfield 3. Ballack keeps his place as the advanced playmaker, and then we've got Mina and Kalido up top. Let's see what we can do against the Rams. Fingers crossed we can beat them. They are having a very, very decent side, 12th in the league, 33 points from 28 games. Quite clear away from the relegation zone. So hopefully they're thinking safety and we're thinking top 4. We find ourselves in 6th because the teams around us have played. If we win today, we go back into 4th and put the pressure on City and Chelsea in the top 4 as well. So a very defensive formation from Derby. They're playing a 4-4-1-1, but a deep 2 defensive midfielders there. Selenas and Brass are playing in front of Mawson and Jordi Amat. But yeah, so they're going to be very defensive and try and probably hit us on the counter-attack. Michy Batshuayi is up top for them, and they've also got Lapadula as well. Nani on the bench for Derby. So they've brought in some very, very decent players. He is injured, Philippe Brass, so I'm going to tackle him hard, and I'm expecting a win. No ifs, buts or maybes. I'm expecting a win from this game, and I am going to say I fully expect a win from this match. Let's go out there and let's see if we can put Derby to the sword pretty quickly, and then we've got Crystal Palace in the second game. Durham now, first highlight of the game. Into Fossum. Ballack now picking up a little bit deeper than I want him to. Kalido's got the ball though from Fossum. Tries to take on his man but gets tackled, but Durham tackles him. Going to find the ball into the middle, but Colback is there. And he gets it out very, very comfortably. And they launch it forward to Michy Batshuayi. Is Komar going to tackle him? Yes, that's a great tackle by Komar, coming in for the injured Baldwin. Kimpembe playing it nice and simply out to Walker Peters. He's going to drive it forward. Ballack now surrounded, but back to Walker Peters. Walker Peters drives inside. Is he going to find Kalido? No, he goes over to Durham. Durham's going to try and find a ball in this time. Yes, he is. Kalido's there, and that is 1-0 to the Posh. 5 minutes gone, and we've all seen that finish from Fusundo Kalido. Gets in front of his defender and puts the ball away. That's 1-0 to the Posh. Here we go. Let's see it in 3D now. So Walker Peters, lovely ball across to Durham. Durham really gets to the byline here, whips it in. Kalido, as I said, gets in front of his man. He's the best at that in the league at the minute, and he tucks it away, 1-0 to the Posh. Straight after the goal, though, Derby come again, Salinas, but Fossum with a great tackle. Kalido's going to run down Mawson. Is he going to get the ball back? Yes, he gets the ball back to Mariaria. Amat launches the ball forward to Michi Batshuayi, but Komar gets there and Gould picks up the second ball. Gould now back to Kimpembe. Over to Walker Peters. Walker Peters again, he drives inside. He loves a little run and he takes a very decent shot, but just wide from him there. And it stays 1-0. Half an hour just gone. Durham with a throw-in back to Escobar. Durham now comes into Fossum. Gould back to Kimpembe. Nice and patient play here from the boys. Just what we want. Walker Peters comes inside yet again. Balik back to Gould. Back to Balik. Lovely play into Kalido. Mina's there. 2-0 to the Posh. Lovely play there from the midfield. Pushes it up to Kalido. Lovely little 1-2 from Kalido and Mina. And Mina puts that away. Here we go. So Gould into Balik. Kalido, lovely little first time ball through to Santi Mina. And he just opens up his foot. Puts it into the far corner. 2-0 to the Posh. Half an hour gone. Cole back up at left back. Tries to find the ball forward, but Escobar gets in there. Mina, surrounded by Derby players, tries to get the shot away, and it's a ferocious shot, but the accuracy wasn't quite there. And I think that might take us in to the half time. Yes, it does. It takes us into half time there. Kalido's been absolutely phenomenal. Goal and assist for him today, 7.7. Eric Durham on a 7.5. Komar's come in and played a 7.0. And Walker Peters has been great at 7.1 as well. Don't get complacent there despite the score. The result isn't over just yet. A lot more to come from the guys. I really want them to go out there and basically just do the same professional job in the second half as they did the first half. Cleo into Fossum. Fossum back to Durham. Is it going to be a quick goal? No, it's not. Mawson gets the ball clear for a corner. Thought that was going to be an early goal in the second half, but it wasn't. Still 2-0. That's it. Really kind of whittled down the second half. The second half has been a very professional performance from the boys. Haven't really let them in at all. And there we go. Peterborough United 2, Derby 0. We get a smidgen of revenge for that result at Pride Park earlier on in the season. And now we go on to Crystal Palace away in the FA Cup 6th round. The board came to me, asked me if I wanted a new contract, and I'm delighted to say that I've put pen to paper to a 3-year extension up until June 2025 to continue managing this great club. Also gave me a few kind of bonuses and clauses. Winning the FA Cup will give me 92 grand. Qualifying for the Champions League, which hopefully we might do this season as well, 105 grand. So all in all, we're going to be here for at least another 3 years if we get into Europe this season. Here we go then, chance to get into the FA Cup semi-final and to walk out at Wembley. So the team is going to stay exactly the same from the previous game against Derby. Berkey, Walker Peters, Kimpembe, Komar and Durham at the back. Gould, Escobar, Fossum in the middle, Balik, Mina and Kalido as the front three. Bench stays exactly the same. Let's get straight into it. Kalido finds himself as one of the top goal scorers in the competition. 4 goals from his games in the team. They have an amazing team still. Benteke up top. Forsberg and Townsend on the wings. Who else do I... Joel Ward up right back. Soiree at left back. Mandanda in goal. I don't know these two midfielders. Adam Phillips on loan from Liverpool. Davenport on loan from City. So 2 potential Premier League midfielders in the middle there, but shouldn't stack up against our boys. Zaha's on the bench, as is Emery Moore as well. So let's see what we can do. They are top currently of the Championship. Want my boys to pick up where they left off going forward. Keeping it solid at the back. Hopefully we can keep Benteke quiet this game and get into the semi-final of the FA Cup. Elding trying to whip it into Benteke, but Komar gets there. Elding gets the ball back into Davenport. Takes a shot, and that's 1-0 to Palace. 20 minutes gone. I'm not quite sure why Berkey didn't save it, because it looked like it was straight at him. Whether it had been deflected or not, I'm not quite sure. But let's have a look at let's have a look in 3D. Townsend nicks it down to Elding. Elding back to Davenport. Gets the shot off, and I think he just lobs him. He just tries the chip, and gets the ball in. It's 1-0 to Palace. Gould now with the corner, whipping the ball in, trying to find Komar at the near post, but comes out to Durham. Durham's going to pick up the ball into Fossum. Fossum into Balik. Lovely first time ball into Gould. Back to Balik. Out to Durham. Is he going to cross it in? Yes, he is. He's going to try and find Walker Peters at that back post, but Balik picks up the ball. Out to Durham. Durham drives it in into Santimina, but that is just wide. That's unlucky by Santimina. Great build-up play by the boys, but we're not quite there just yet. 10 minutes before half-time. Gould now into Ballack. Ballack gets the ball out to Walker-Peters, trying to take on Joel Ward. He does into Santimina, but that's another good shot. But Mandanda's there yet again. We've dominated this game. Other than the Palace goal early on, they haven't really done much, and we've dominated possession, dominated chances, and we've just been unlucky. We have been unlucky so far. Go back out there and deliver. Khalid and Mina not having the best of games, 6.5 and a 6.4 respectively. So let's see if we can go out and hopefully turn the tide a little bit. Eldin going to whip the ball in, trying to find their Forsberg. Berkey gets the save, and that's a great save by Berkey. Tries to find their centre half. Got the ball over to Forsberg, and Berkey makes a great save. Forsberg yet again, but Komar gets the ball clear, and then so does Fossum. Mina's come off. He's on a 6.2, bringing Cummings on. Hopefully he'll have a little bit more movement in him. Zaha is now on the pitch, pushes it out to Andros Townsend. Townsend's going to bring it inside and passes a massive ball over to Soiree, but Durham gets in there. Kalido on this right-hand channel. Is he going to find Cummings inside? Yes, he is, and there's Jason Cummings. The substitute comes on and makes an impact. 5th goal of the season for him, and we're back in this tie. Hour gone now, and hopefully gets us on to bigger and better things. Kalido does him for pace. They're the centre-half, Romero, and he just pushes it into the box. Cummings is there. Lovely goal. 1 apiece. Hopefully we can go on now and win this tie. It's going straight to extra time. No replays in the 6th round. And I've used all my subs. Brilliant. Awesome. Ascobar is absolutely knackered. Right. Let's go back to standard. Let's say keep going out there. We can win today. Come on, boys. Let's produce something magical in this extra time. Zaha's got the legs. And Fossum's come straight through him there. Is he going to get a yellow card? No, nothing happening at all. Our defence is playing really well. 7.6. Everybody over a 7, which is great. Just our attacking force not playing the best. Come on, boys. We've played 25 shots, 61% possession, 86% pass completion. We've absolutely dominated this game. We need something to happen. Going to go back up to control. Last 5 or 6 minutes of the first half of injury time. We're going to play it a little bit wider. We're going to close down more because we are the fitter team compared to them. As you can see here, we are a lot fitter in these areas, and hopefully we can put a little bit more pressure on them, and I think that's going to go straight to penalties. Yes, it is. Right, okay. Penalty shootout now. Cummings is going to go first. Kalido, Lorente, Durham, Fossum, Ascobar. They're going to be the 6. Right, okay. Let's go. So we're going to go to 3D. We're going to go to the close camera angle, and let's see. We're going to make it a little bit quicker as well. Let's see if we can get through on penalties. Cummings is the first to step up against Mandanda, and Mandanda saves. Oh no, Jason Cummings missed his first penalty. Mount against Berkey. Berkey saves. Great save from Roman. And we've got, I think it's Kalido up next. Is he gonna do the business? No, he's not. Mandanda saves yet again. First 3 penalties have been saved. Eldin put the ball in for their first goal, and Berkey stands strong straight down the middle. Here we go again. Lorente, just come on. He is fresher, and he misses again. He hits the post. All 5 penalties have been missed. Cannot believe this. Davenport steps up, and he scores top left-hand corner. Good penalty from Davenport. We're going to have to score here. Durham, all his experience. Is he going to make him? Oh, he saves the penalty. He hits the post. They score here. They go through. But Berkey gets big again. Lovely save there from Berkey. Fossum has to score. Has to score to keep us in it. And we have missed all 5 penalties. I cannot believe that. I wouldn't have put money on that at all. He saved all 5 penalties against all of my penalty takers who have really good penalty stats. Mandanda has done the job there. We're out of the FA Cup. We are unlucky. We have absolutely dominated the game. 28 shots, 16 on target, 61% possession, and we just didn't do enough. Palace go through to the semi-finals. They knock us out. So our only chance of qualifying for Europe now is through the league. So this is where we find ourselves in the league. We've got a game in hand against City, Tottenham and United. The teams around us, Chelsea and Liverpool, also have a game in hand as well. 55 points are on, as are Chelsea. 54 points, Liverpool are on as well. So very, very tight going forward. These are our remaining games that we have in the league, and it could come down to possibly the final 2 or 3. So I'm coming back against Sunderland, do Sunderland West Ham. They'll be the next games in the series. I'm gutted, absolutely gutted that we didn't beat Palace and we lost on penalties, and we didn't even score a penalty. I'm absolutely gutted about that. But our run in the league continues on. We are in really good form, and fingers crossed we can qualify for some form of European competition in the league. But that's it for this episode. It's been action-packed. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have, please do leave it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and you don't want to miss out on any more content coming forward. Hit me up on the social media that's coming up right now. Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. So make sure you follow me on all those so you don't miss out on any more information coming from me. And until next time when we play Sunderland and West Ham, I'll see you soon.